Hello student, today basically we will discuss the different cases of de Broglie wavelength which will help to solving the numerical problems, and also we will discuss the property of the matter wave, and also we will discuss the what is difference between the matter wave and electromagnetic waves. First we will start the what is difference between the matter waves and electromagnetic waves. Here I have written first difference. The matter wave are associated with moving particle irrespective of whether the particles are charged or not. But here the electromagnetic wave are produced only by accelerated charged particle. It means that here charge is not important. But here without charge we cannot generate the electromagnetic wave. Second one, matter waves obtained by charged particle are associated with electric and magnetic field. But in the case of electromagnetic waves are associated with electric and magnetic field perpendicular to each other as well as to the direction of the propagation of the wave. It means that here will be conditions. Here is the condition is here that the magnetic field is perpendicular to each other and also as well as to the direction of the propagation also. But here will not any conditions. Third, the matter waves are neither emitted by the particles nor radiated into space. But here electromagnetic can be radiated into space. Now fourth is velocity of the matter wave depends upon the velocity of the material particles. Here velocity of the matter wave is constant in a medium. Fifth, the velocity of the matter wave is generally less than velocity of the light. But in the case of the electromagnetic wave, velocity of the electromagnetic wave is equal to the velocity of the light. The wavelength of the matter wave is equal to lambda is equal to h upon m into v, where h is Planck constant, m is mass of the particle, v is the velocity of the particle. And here the wavelength of the electromagnetic wave is equal to lambda is equal to c by mu, where c is the velocity of the light and mu is the frequency. Okay. Now we will discuss the property of the matter wave. Properties of matter wave. The first property is lighter particle have greater wave length. All of you know that lambda is inversely proportional to m. Second, slow moving particles have greater wave length. Here also known that lambda is inversely proportional to v. Third, it is independent of charge. And fourth is very important, it is generated only when the particles are in motion. These are the property of the matter wave. Another important point, the dual nature of any matter is significant only for microscopic bodies. Means that the dual nature of matter is significant only for microscopic body. What is the meaning of that? Suppose that we have a 3 example. Here will be earth, first example. Second will be a stone, and last one is the electron. The mass of the earth is order of, all of you know that, 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Suppose that we have a mass of 100 gram, and all of you know that mass of the electron is 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kg. And the velocity of the earth is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 4 meter per second. Here suppose we will throw the stone with a velocity is 1 meter per second, and now here the velocity is equal to order of 10 to the power 5 meter second. Now, and all of you know that the value of the Planck constant h is equal to 6.625 10 to the power minus 34 joule into second. Now here all of you know the formula is lambda is h upon a m into v. Now here the wavelength is order of, in this case, 10 to the power minus 63 meter. Now here lambda is order of 10 to the power minus 33 meter. Here with the lambda is order of 10 to the power minus 9 meter. When you calculate the wavelength with the help of this formula, all the data is given here. In the case of the earth is order of here, and the stone is order of here, and the electron is order of here. Now you can see that here these two values very small, and we cannot detect by any instrument, we cannot measure by any instruments. Okay, it means that these two bodies can be referred as a macroscopic body, and this one is the microscopic body. Scopic body. Here will be a macro, here will be microscopic bodies. It means that a significant figure is only here in case of macroscopic bodies, not in a macroscopic body. It means that the de Broglie wavelength can be generated in both cases, for macroscopic as well as microscopic. But the significant values will be generated only in the case of microscopic bodies only. Okay. Now we will discuss the different cases of de Broglie wavelength which will help to solving the numerical problems. All of you know that de Broglie wavelength is equal to, suppose we have two cases when v is very less than velocity of the light, and where v is the velocity of the particle, and v is order of velocity of the light. Now in this case here, we can write that lambda is equal to h upon a m into v. All of you know very well, where m is the mass of the moving particle and v is the velocity of the particle. Now in this case we can write that lambda is equal to h upon a m naught gamma into v, where gamma is 1 upon a under root 1 minus b chi square c chi square. Okay, this is the first case. And also we can write that here, all of you know that m is equal to m naught under root 1 minus b chi square c chi square. We can write like that here. M square, m naught square is 1 minus b chi square c chi square, like that. Now 1 minus b chi square c chi square is m naught square, we can write m square minus bk square, mk square, ck square is m naught square. We can write that mk square is m naught k square is equal to bk square, m naught k square, ck square. It means that we can write m square b square is equal to c square minus m naught square. Like that, here you know that m into v square is c square, m square minus m naught square. Write that m into v is c under root m square is m naught square. Now we can write that lambda is h upon a c under root m square and m naught square here. It means that here will be a different form of the de Broglie wavelength. Here is also a de Broglie wavelength. Here is a different form of the de Broglie wavelength. Now, second case. All of you know that the total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Suppose for free particle motion, the potential energy is equal to 0. It means that the total energy is equal to the kinetic energy. And all of you know that the kinetic energy is equal to P square 2m. Okay. It means that P square is equal to 2m is equal to kinetic energy. And all of you know that for free particle motion, the kinetic energy is equal to the total energy. And 2m is equal to E and P square, and P is equal to under root 2m into E. We can write that lambda is equal to h, m into v is h is equal to p. All of you know that this is the momentum part. Now h is equal to under root 2m into E. This is another form of de Broglie wavelength. When the energy is given, then you will use this formula. And when the velocity is given, then you will use this formula. And also when the velocity is order of this one, you will use this formula. And when moving mass and rest mass will be given, then you will use this formula. Okay. Third one is that suppose that E is equal to QV, where Q is the charge of the particle and V is the volt. This is also energy. We can write that lambda is equal to H upon a 2m Q into V. And all of you know that in the case of the electron, it is only for electron, it is equal to 12.26 divided by under root V in angstrom. It is only for electron. You can calculate also neutron, proton and other particle cases. But here I am showing only for electron 12.26 under root V. V is in the volt and the wavelength is calculated in a angstrom. Now, and also suppose that energy is given in the term of temperature. All of you know that E is equal to 3 by 2 small kt, where small k is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature. Now in this case, lambda is H upon a under root 3 m kt. Okay. It means that when the velocity is given and V is less than the velocity of the light, then you will use this formula. When energy is given, then you will use this formula. When voltage is given, voltage is given, then you will use this formula. And when temperature is given, then you will use this formula. Okay. Now in this case, all of you know that the relativistic energy can be written as E square P square C square plus m naught square C to power 4. Okay. And all of you know that the total energy is equal to, in case of the relativistic case, total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus rest mass energy. M naught C square is known as the rest mass energy. Here kinetic energy we can write let K plus m naught Ck square. Okay. Now we can write that here, you will put the value here, k plus m naught ck square here is equal to pk square ck square m naught square cp power 4. We can write that k square m naught square cp power 4 plus 2 m naught c square k is equal to p square c square m naught cp power 4. It will cancel out here. Now we can write that p square c square k square plus 2 m naught c square k. We will take the k is common, k plus 2 m naught ck square pk square ck square. We can write that p square is k plus 2 m naught ck square divided by c square, and we can write that p is equal to under root k plus 2 m naught ck square divided by c. And all of you know that the momentum, you can calculate the wavelength of the particle. All of you know that is h upon a p. We can write that h c under root k and k plus 2 m naught ck square. Okay, and also you can write in another form. You will take the common hc here. When you will take the common k 2 m naught c square is equal to 1 plus k m naught 2 m naught c square, like that. And also here c will cancel out, is like that. H is equal to 2 m naught k is 1 plus k upon a 2 m naught ck square, like that. Here lambda is the relativistic de Broglie wavelength. Here will be the simply wavelength. Here will be the relativistic de Broglie wavelength, because we will use the relativistic energy. Okay. Here now you can see that the difference between, you can see here, when you compare like that, you will see that everything is same. K is total energy, K is here energy, total energy is equal to kinetic energy. When for the free particle, now you will see that this term come into the picture. Okay, here you will see that this is the difference between the two wavelengths. This one is the relativistic wavelength, this is only a simple wavelength. Now here when k is, this is question number 1. Here you can see that here when k is less than m naught c square. Now in this case, what will happen? We can neglect the value of k with compared to this one. So we can write that lambda is equal to hc divided by under root k. Now here will be inside the bracket, we can write that 2 m naught c square. We can write that h upon a under root 2 m naught k. Now you can see that both equations will be same. Here will be a two case. Suppose that B's velocity of the particle is much less than, then you will use a simple formula like that. Okay, and when the velocity of the particle is order of velocity of the light, then you will use, now lambda is equal to h upon a m naught gamma into v. All of you know that gamma is equal to under root 1 minus bk square ck square. Okay, now when the question is given in terms of the energy, now question is that in this case which wavelength we will use, relativistic wavelength or simply wavelength. We can say that non-relativistic wavelength. It means when you will compare the velocity, your answer will be here. Now when the question is given in the term of the energy, so when the energy is much less than rest mass energy, then you will use non-relativistic de Broglie wavelength. Or when the energy is much greater than rest mass energy, then you will use relativistic de Broglie wavelength. Okay. Now suppose that, for example, suppose this is equation 1 and this is equation, let 2. No, this is equation 1 like that. Here HC lambda is equal to the now HC is equal to like this. This is equation 2 is equation 1, and now suppose that we have 3 example: electron, proton and photon. Okay, all of you know that rest mass energy of electron is 0.51 milli electron volt, and the proton, the rest mass energy is equal to 931 milli electron volt, and photon have a rest mass energy 0 because the rest mass is 0. Now what is the, now you can see that suppose that energy is equally in all 3 particles, like that is 1 millielectron volt, here is 1 millielectron volt, in here is also 1 millielectron volt. Now I am asking to calculate the de Broglie wavelength, or which formula you will use in 3 particle cases. Here you can see that here kinetic energy is order of rest mass energy. Kinetic energy is the order of rest mass energy, then we will use formula number 1. And here the rest mass energy is much greater than these values, you will use formula number 2. And now in this case, all of you know that E is equal to H into mu, where H is equal to Cy by lambda and lambda is equal to Hcy by E. E is given 1 millielectron volt. All of you know that value of the Planck constant. See the velocity of the light. Then you will calculate the wavelength in case of photon. And also suppose that energy is given in this form. What will the relativistic energy? Now you can write that lambda is equal to H upon a under root 2 m naught QV is 1 plus QV divided by m naught C square, here like that, when energy is given in Q into V. Okay. Now here we will stop, and next video lecture we will discuss the Schrodinger wave equation. Thank you.